single Friday now. It was quite well looked at last week. We had quite a few people online asking questions and different things. So the idea of this live feed is to show you around the auction room, show you all the things that are going on in here. And of course, if you can't make the auction, then you can ask us a question. Now, we all understand that some people have to work shifts, etc. So if you do have a question while we're on this live, then we can answer it for you. Now, that can be a question about anything that's in the auction this week, of which there are around, how many lots? 1,300 odd lots, something like that. Or it could just be a general question about auctions or whatever you like, really. But what we do is just keep it flowing for about half an hour or so, and then if you jump onto the feed, if there's anything on there that you want to ask, then you can do. So I'm going to just take the camera from Tom now. We'll have a look into the auction room, as you can see, and we'll just wait for a few more people to come onto the feed, and then we can start showing you some of the stuff that's in here. Well, of course, Prestige Auctions, if you are new to us, then we're based in Grimsby, and this Friday thing is to show you around the auction. If you've got any questions, we would appreciate if you could hit the share button so get more people knowing about this fantastic auction room that's in Grimsby, and the 1,400 lots that we sell every single Saturday of house clearance items, bankruptcy stock, and from private individuals across the region. So hitting the share helps us out a lot, and this is a question and answers session. So we have got viewing today, as you can see, room steadily busy, has been all day with all these different items. You can of course see this full catalogue on our Facebook page, which is, if you go onto Facebook, Prestige Auctions, you'll see all of the colour catalogue on there with a picture of every lot. But if you can't make this auction, well, this gives you the opportunity to speak to me, the auctioneer, and ask any questions about any of the items that you see, and maybe some questions about the auction as well. So what I'll do, I'm going to give you a walk around the auction room. If you see anything that you're interested in or that you'd like to see, or for instance like this, if you get a picture of something, so what we can do is, of course, if we're doing one of these live feeds, if you want to see around the item, around it, oh, listen to that one. That's got money in it. How much money's in here, Dave? Tom? Anyone know? There's a money box there full of money. Now, this has made it all interesting now. Right, so we're going to do a live opening. Let's see what's in the money box. Come on, Tom, help me out on this one. All right, so we've got the money box. Everyone's intrigued, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be a plug in the bottom of it. Now, these are the sort of things that you can find in the auction room. Right, so, oh, look at that. Oh, is it all twos and ones? Yeah. Where's all the gold sovereigns? Oh, so there you go. But this shows you that the stuff that comes into the auction room, you know, is just as it is from the house clearances. So the different bits and bobs that you find, yeah, like that one there is full of twos and ones. So if you have got any questions, then feel free to ask. If you want to ask anything about the auction room, if you want to ask anything about auctioneering in general, then we can try and answer those questions for you. All you've got to do is type it into the bottom. I can see everything, of course. Look at that there, that little Marshall, I think it's I thought it was a foot pedal. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a little radio. Look, that little Marshall one. How cool is that? So the variation that you can get in the auction room every week is massive. So you never know from one week to the next what is going to come through the door. Whether it be, you know, burgundy leather, three-piece suites, black two-seater sofas, rugs, really immaculate double beds. We've got Dyson Hoovers. We get Shark Hoovers. We get clocks. We get hi-fi stuff. We get all this. Now look at this. If you look here, lot number 200. Let's start there. Look at all them collector's plates, yeah? All them. All that pile behind you there. All the piles there, and there is all one lot. So in theory, that could be yours at Prestige Auctions tomorrow from just £3. Add your bit of commission on the top, you could buy all that for £3.54. I think it might make a little bit more, but you know, generally speaking, these are the kind of bargains you can get at auction. Or you could maybe buy this one here, which is the bit like TYs, aren't they? But they're all Disney. Look, they've still got the tags attached. That basket full there, lot number 203. This is the thing we're trying to educate people into finding at the auction room. Like this, for instance, this is lot number, where is it? Lot number 178. Look at all these PlayStation 2 games. How many of them are in there? This is a banana box, absolutely full of PlayStation 2 games. So you buy that banana box full of games there and take it off to the car boot sale, to eBay, to Vinted, whatever you're going to do, because Vinted you're allowed to sell gaming stuff, then you can make yourself a lot of money. But you've got to be at the auction, you've got to bid on the items. Now, some people ask us the question, why are we not online with our auctions? Well, we are online with some of our auctions, but they're the ones that are our specialist auctions the other side. These ones are not online, okay? The reason being is it's just too big an auction every single week to turn it round online. You wouldn't get it done in time. Online requires a lot more work, and this auction just turns over too quickly to get it all online. So what about this? Nice guitar. Look at this. Fender Squire guitar there. That's in the auction this week. Or what about this? This was a banjolina that was called? It's like a small banjo. And then we've got all these stamp albums and things there that you can see. And what about this box here? So here's one that's a good resale. Old Sinclair guns and things like that. There's loads of them. So that's been cluttering up somebody's place for a while, and now it's in the auction. So, Larry, hi afternoon to you as well, Larry. Layla has one of those Marshall mini amps. They are very good for practicing her guitar in a slightly quieter way, but they are excellent. That's great news. So, Larry, one of our great customers, travels in every week along with Layla. Are you still up? Big quick question. Is Layla still up for having the puppy tomorrow? That's a question, so I need to know whether to bring him. Look at this. This is old tin plate stuff. So, old tin plate item there. This one is for an O-gauge railway, so everything's slightly bigger. O-gauge is a bigger scale, so you've got signals there, you've got water towers, you've got all of these things here, O-gauge wagons. But look at the condition, considering the age of this stuff. You know, and all this stuff, when houses get cleared, all this stuff has to go somewhere. So a lot of it ends up at the local auction room. Then we get to sell it, and you lucky people get to buy it. What about this? Intercommunicante. This was a thing in the 1970s where you'd have some telephones like this. You could run them to your neighbour's house or something like that, and you could speak on the phone via the battery and the cord. You'd have a bit of fun. This is what the kids did back in the day. But what about this old gramophone? This is a really nice old thing. Used to have a cylinder. Basically, one of these, but this one's broken, would slide on there. Then you set the needle pieces up and everything. That's a really nice old piece of kit, that one. And again, something else you wouldn't necessarily see just lying around. Come to the auction room, and here it is. What about this one? Royal Albert Country Rose. This was designed in 1962. Okay, this has been one of Royal Albert's most popular patterns ever since. Used to buy it in boutiques and places like bins and that back in the day. And what you got to look out for on this stuff, if you look on the bottom there, now I don't know if you can see that. By chance, I've picked up one that's right. If you look in the middle of those roses, can you see the white gap? Okay, so now I'm going to pick up something else and see if that's one. Right, now look at the difference between that and that. Okay, so that one there is a good one. That one there is what they call a scratcher, a second. Okay, so basically, if it wasn't perfect, the checker would put a line through the back or a scratch into the roses to show that it's a second, but they still sold them. So when you're looking at this stuff, because there is a good resale market for this, it is always worth looking at the back there. There you go, little scratch on that one as well, look, can you see that? And so before they're actually fired, they put these scratches in. There you go, and that one is as well. So it gives you an idea of which are the better ones. Now, some people will pay more money for it. And Larry's just put, yes, she said she'd love to babysit the little fella if it's no trouble to you or Lisa. Well, I'll be speaking to Lisa in a little while. Okay, thanks for that, Larry. Anyway, look at this. We've done a feature on this morning. I think it was on YouTube on this one. looking at vintage hi-fi. Well, lots of people see in their old nana's houses and stuff the old vintage hi-fi like Garrard decks and Denon systems and things, or maybe one like this. Look at this old Sanyo record player with the nice dog sat on the top there. Well, this stuff can be worth money. Vintage hi-fi has really risen in price just lately, and people are looking out for it in the auction room. So if you've got any, then do come and talk to us at Prestige Auctions. We've got plenty of buyers for that sort of thing. So look at this. What about these? How funky are these? Look at them old pans. I mean, you just don't get them like that anymore. Now, I know some of you will say, thank God, but do you know what? I think they're pretty cool. They're of the time, probably late 70s, early 80s, something like that. Maybe a big thing of knitting needles there, or some pottery and crockery. But what else have we got? Well, there's a set of drawers there. Now, they're made by a company called G-Plan. Now, G-Plan was a very stylish company back through in the 60s and the 70s mainly, was when they probably had their glory years, making lots of teak furniture and nice furniture. And when you often look, you can often see, if you look there you go, you'll see that inside. So don't always look on the backs of furniture for things. Look inside as well, because you'll often find the company names. Now, what about this lot? A modern set of drawers. What's that going to cost you in the shops? 100 quid, something like that. That'll make tenner, something like that in the auction tomorrow. Why wouldn't you come to your local auction? Just don't forget, this is a question and answers session. So if you do see anything that we show you and you want to ask any questions about it or estimates and stuff like that, we will do our best to answer you. We can see the questions coming through at the bottom. So not only have you got all the old stuff, but you've got things like the tellies. Big tellies, little tellies, we've got portable TVs, and then when you come down here, we've got some more vintage hi-fi as well. And if you look at this section here, we've got microwaves, bread makers. We've got this one here is a freezer. Now, we have all of these plugged in, all the fridges and the freezers, so you can see that they're getting cold. Now, if I come back a little bit, you've got a freezer on the top, and then you've got washing machines. You've also got fridge freezers and stuff. Anything that comes out of a house clearance is likely to end up in the auction room. So it's a great place to come and buy things. Now, what about this? Mobility scooters. How much money are these? You know, these are not cheap items, but again, here's one in the auction, and I think there's another one or two in next week as well. We've also got an electric piano here, which is a nice one. You know, look at that. Again, could be cheap tomorrow. And then we've got these Bang & Olufsen speakers. These do sit back on because, again, they give you a bit of a stylish look. I mean, B&G were so ahead of the time, to be honest. They made everything look very space age back in the day. So we've got some teak sets of drawers down there as well, or maybe an old puffy there. And then we've also got telephone tables. Who remembers those? You'd have one of these sat in your hall at home with the telephone on the side, because there was no mobiles back then, and you'd maybe sit and take your telephone call whilst doodling on the pad, of course. That was a must. Anyway, we've got dressing table chairs here. What about this? Lot number 1223. Just looks like a stool or a footstool or something. You open it up, and there you go. Look at that. Nice bright yellow old sewing box. So it could be used as a stool or a footstool or something in the room, but it could be hiding a secret. Speaking about hiding secrets, what about this here? This I thought was pretty cool when it came in. Well, it just looks like a table. There you go. A table to everybody else. It's got quite a deep base to it, but when you open it up, what's it hiding? Well, it's actually a table vac. Now, whoever thought of this back in the day? But the idea was because these new items were coming out in properties like vacuum cleaners and things, they found weird and wonderful ways to be able to hide the stuff away, so it would just look like part of the furniture. So there you go, a table vac, something a little bit different there. We've also got old china cabinets, as you can see there. And then you come around here, we've got an old paraffin heater. All these old paraffin heaters, they're quite good for greenhouses and stuff. The plants like those. And then here we've got a teak sideboard as well that you can see there. And then we come down this way, and let's have a look into the cabinet this week. Let's see what's in there. Well, we've got gold Omega watches. We've got gold rotary watches. Let's see if I can see in there. So there you go. There's a gold ladies Omega watch. We've also got a 9-carat gold rotary watch in there. We've got some gold rings as well. And then down here, you've got trays of rings and silver things and all that silver on there as well. Again, you really need to come down to the auction to have a look at these items to get a great idea of what you can bid on. Well, up on the back shelves this week, what have we got? We've got all of this great stuff here. I mean, I know we do the Monday sneak peek, but now you can see they're all lotted up. So this gives you an idea. Now, these have been making some money recently, these Panasonic super dry things. So on here, basically, you can see it actually. There's one in there, an old Scotch tape. So that's a video recorder, and then a DVD recorder or DVD player on this side. So they've been fetching some half reasonable money lately. They're ones to look out for. More hi-fi, more ghetto blasters, and then we've got this Squire guitar amp there as well. And then right next to it, we've got a Lego head. Why not? And then these big old speakers as well. There's some other big speakers in here as well. They're going to make a few quid, I would have thought. People are liking the retro stuff. Now, what about that for a white suite? There you go, white corner suite in leather as well. And there's is it a swivel chair? Yep, swivel chair and the puffy as well. So again, another nice lot. But look at how cool them large speakers are over there. They are monsters, those ones. Again, of the time, but people looking for this. A lot of the stuff they made then was quality. I've also got a G-plan coffee table there as well. Again, which is another nice piece. But remember, do put the questions across to us. If you've got any questions about anything that happens at Prestige Auctions, anything about the items you're looking at, then please feel free to type the question into the bottom. We'll come back to you best we can. There's a load of Judge Dredd books in there. As you can see, a lot of them are still brand new and sealed. And you come into the box room, whether you're looking for a box of DVDs, a box of Christmas items, or a big bag of teddies, you can buy it all at the local auction room. Prestige Auctions, if you are looking from away, is located in Grimsby, DN31 3AX. We're right next to the seaside town of Cleethorpes. It is literally a 3-minute drive down the road. So you can come down to the auctions, have a look round, then maybe go and get yourself fish and chips or an ice cream or something down at the seaside. It's a good place to come. It's a good day out. It's a little bit different to the auctions you're going to see on the telly. Now, the auctions on the telly would have you believe that everything's antiques and collectibles when it comes to auctions, and that is absolutely not the case. There are auctions for that, of course, but this is a general sale room. We sell everything from antiques and collectibles to furniture to appliances to cars to houses. We even once sold off the local theme park. Triker Jim is putting there, hi, can you bid online? So sadly, on this sale, you can't. Our general sales are just too big to bid online. We would, because we do it weekly, you would never get this turned around quick enough. Most of the bigger auction rooms do around 1,000 lots a month. We do this weekly. We are doing an online sale soon, first week in October, where you will be able to bid online through easyliveauction.com. So you'd be able to go to them, and that is going to be jewellery, coins, collectibles, militaria, and other bits and bobs. So there's one to look forward to. First week in October, that will be the next one. There is also going to be an online timed auction for a load of autographs as well coming up in the next few weeks. So all of this to look forward to at Prestige Auctions. I spotted this the other day. Look at this. This is a normal wheelchair, but look, I think there's a battery on there somewhere. There's a motorised bit on there, but I don't think we've got the key. But maybe you could buy another one from somewhere else. I don't know. That's the joy of the auction. You never ever know what is going to be available to buy. So it's not like walking into Asda's or Tesco every week where you've got a good idea of what's in there. When you walk into an auction room, things are different all the time. Look at these 4 air-cooled chairs. 4 nice air-cooled chairs, these ones. And yeah, they need a little bit of a rub down maybe, but they're still nice. Air-cooled, the right colour air-cool as well. Or what about this? This is one of my favourite bits in this week's auction. The 1950s pedal car in tin, a little bit mucky on the top, needs a bit of a clean off, but you know what? A lot of that paintwork underneath is still original. This is one of my favourite things this week. I think it's an absolute dream, this one. If you look inside, all the mechanisms work, the pedals are still there. What an absolute lovely thing that is. I wonder what that's going to make tomorrow. Maybe you could leave something in the comments on this thing. Tell me what you think it's going to make tomorrow, this tin plate old 1950s car. Do you think it's a tenner, 20, 30, 100? Who knows? Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think, how much you think that's going to make. And we'll see who was the closest tomorrow. Down here, we've got more hi-fi stuff. We've got more sets of drawers. And look at that on the telly. We even put the tellies on with DVDs so you can see that they're working as well. And we've got the Grinch on that one right there. So when you look outside at Prestige Auctions, we've got the big door open today because it's a nice sunny day. If you look out there, there's a big car park outside Prestige Auctions as well. There you go. It's a council run car park, but there you go. It's massive. It holds about 100, 150 cars. So there's always plenty of parking space and it's not too expensive either. I think it's about £3 for the day, something like that. So, or if you're only staying for an hour, a quid or whatever. So have a look at that when you come down, because you don't want to get a ticket. And then just come on into the auction, have a look round, get some bidding done. Well, I'd love to talk all day, but no one's given me any questions today, so I can't really go on with this one for much longer. Unless anyone needs anything answering, I'll give you one final chance to type your question into the bottom. See if there's anything that you want to know about, anything you want to look at closer, or maybe you just want to ask a question about the auction room in general. If you do, then just let us know and we shall answer it for you. So what we got there? So Barry Norman, pedal car needs a wash and a teacut. That. And you're going for £130. Do you know what? I'm with you. I think it's going to be around that price. I think it's certainly a few quid. It's a nice thing. But yeah, I think it does need a bit of a car wash. And it really is one of those. It's the best pedal car I've seen in Prestige Auctions since we opened. So there you go. 1950s original. Nice thing. What about this? A hobby horse. Look at this. So you go all the way down to the little wheel at the bottom, and that's an older one as well. That's quite a cool thing. Anyway, just thinking about that, Barry, I don't think I'd be the one to cut it. I don't think I'd fancy that job too much. But you know what? I think a bit of a wash, bit of a clean down, I think it could look... I think some of the original colours under there are going to be fantastic. So there you go. It's a nice thing. What have we got at the front? Let's just have a look. We've got all the lamps and stuff up there. And you can see we've even got a box of dinosaurs. And what about these as well? All these Blu-rays. Now, a couple of these boxes are sealed. So these one here, there you go. These are all sealed Blu-rays. Now, you think how much that would have cost back in the day. A lot of money. They would have been sort of 10, 15, maybe £20 each. And then there they all are, the ones that people bought and never even opened. There's another box of sealed ones there as well. And again, they could just be a few pounds in the auction. So again, the resale value is fantastic. So, any more questions? Anyone else want to have a guess at what the 50s pedal car is going to make this week? Well, I'm going to go for... I won't tell you what I'm going to go for until I've had a few more people tell me what they're thinking. But we've had one there at £130. I'm not too sure myself. I think I've got a figure in my head, but we shall see. If anyone else wants to have a guess at what you think it's going to make, anybody more, and then you never know, I might even give a prize away for the person that's closest, as we often do at Prestige Auctions. Well, nothing else seems to be coming through, so I think that's it. It's been a great chat with you once again. This is going to be a regular Friday thing. Every Friday, 2 p.m. Prestige Auctions, only on YouTube. It's a YouTube exclusive, this one. Thanks ever so much for everybody that has watched in. And we will be leaving this one on there as well. Hang on, we've just got another question. Larry's put there. I think the pedal car, as it is worth just over the £100. Of a gentle spruce up could make up to £300 in the right place. Do you know what? My bid was £100. That's where I thought it will end up. Let's wait and see, Larry. It's going to be a cracking day at Prestige Auctions tomorrow. We are open till 7 p.m. tonight for viewing. Auction opens at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Sale starts at 9 a.m. See you on my TV tomorrow morning. You certainly will. We've got our YouTube sorted, we hope. Fingers crossed. And anyway, thanks everyone, and we'll see you all at the auction.